Alright, Boyd. Going for one more. Now, we only got a little bit of my juice left. So, let's see if I can do this before my voice goes. Okay. So, 'twas New Year's Eve. And I said, I feel alive again. And I want to watch something bloody. Get back into it. So, I asked my partner, what the heck should I watch? Now, she doesn't like bloody movies. So I just rattle off a couple titles, and three quick titles. And what she said was, Evil Dead 2. So, Evil Dead 2 it was. Now, full disclosure on Evil Dead 2. Now, when I first saw this one, came out back in 1987. I first saw the original Evil Dead when I was in high school. Freaked me the fuck out. Not gonna lie. Something about it just got me. Now, I saw Army of Darkness a couple years thereafter. I was working at a video store. They had a VHS copy and I heard a lot of things about it. So, watched it. And it had been overhyped for me. I liked it, but it wasn't as amazing as I was expecting. Never actually saw Evil Dead 2 till just before I started this show. Maybe a year, maybe two. No particular reason why not, actually. But I was familiar enough with Evil Dead 2. But I always heard it was just sort of a redo of Evil Dead, so it's like, I'll see when I get a chance. And video stores died out, and it just never really jumped as that important of a scene. And I did watch, even before this one, Ash vs. Evil Dead. I loved it. So when I finally found a cheap copy of this for sale, bang, jumped on it. And the first time I saw it, I didn't care that much for it. But I think I was being too hard on it. Actually, I think I liked it, but I remembered not caring for it, if that's weird. Because this one's just, I kept having, I'm a continuity guy. And the whole Evil Dead series has continuity problems. But they're not its fault. It's copyright fault. So, because of rights issues with the original Evil Dead, they couldn't use any scenes for that to make Evil Dead 2, so they wanted to do a recap, but they couldn't. So essentially just grabbed two of the original casts. I don't even know if one of them's the same actress off the top of my head. I don't think so, actually. But she's supposed to be the same girlfriend. And redo pretty much spend the 10-15 minutes is redoing the first movie. Just with only two characters. And then the rest of the movie happens. So, in my head it was more of a remake. It's not. It's not meant to replace Evil Dead, but it is supposed to quickly sum it up. But the way events happen, it's strange. Anyway, you can make it make sense in your head. Things get worse later with Army of Darkness, not being able to even use the Evil Dead title, and then being owned by, later, when they went in Ash vs. Evil Dead, they had the rights to Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, but now Army of Darkness. So for the first season, they couldn't reference the events of Army of Darkness. So in the second season, Ash finally remembers, oh yeah, I went to the Middle Ages, because they finally got the rights and permission. So, it's a rights mess. But not this one in particular. So that part in the beginning kind of bugs me that, well, it's a recap, it's different, but really the same main events happen. And then it picks up right where the other one ends of the Invisible Force slamming an Ash. And then he pretty much wakes up as a Deadite, but the son somehow dispels the evil, and then he's back to adding Ash again. That is the first and only time in the series that this happens. To my knowledge, that is never referenced as happening again. This movie has a subtitle, Dead by Dawn, which kind of references that the Evil Dead only have till dawn to kill people. But also, some of the dead are chanting, Dead by Dawn, Dead by Dawn, as a threat. Now, it never really explains why that worked, because I'm pretty sure in the series there's some stuff during the day with Deadites, but I don't know why that worked. And then later on, Ash gets possessed again, and somehow just the memory of his girlfriend and finding an item snaps him back. Never really properly explains it, and that's my only nitpick with this movie. Because Ash recovers from being a Deadite twice, with very flimsy explanations. But I digress. More importantly here. So, this one picks up as before, I kind of covered that. But it's still Ash that is trapped in the cabin with the evil forces assaulting him. However, now the daughter of the professor, as well as another colleague and I think her boyfriend, and two people that are being paid to be their guides, join Ash at this place, and they mistake Ash for, well, he's right now a one-handed man and carrying a rifle and rifle covered in blood. They assume he's a madman. They subdue him and throw him into the basement. It's only then that they discover there's more to the tape player. The daughter plays it, where it explains that there's evil here, and I buried my wife beneath the floorboards because I had to kill her. Up pops a monster, and away we go. Also, before they even got here, Ash had to pretty much deal with still fighting his reanimated girlfriend, who pretty much she mostly ended the same way as in the first movie, but just in more of a slapsticky manner. But now her body gets back up and they fight for a while more thereafter. Which these events continue on into the Ash vs. Evil Dead series. So this one is important to the continuity. So, and then it's them trying to survive and maybe banish the demons back, according to a prophecy where they might be able to open a portal and then push the demon through time and space, ending the problem. Well, this movie leans more into the comedy than Evil Dead did. This is I'd say one of the first horror films I've done a splat stick, where it is gory and over the top, but it's silly more than scary. And Sam Raimi really does this kind of style very well. Like, Drag Me to Hell is another movie I would put in this category. So, it's a fun movie, but it's definitely not really meant to be all that scary. It's meant to be a little gross at times, but the campiness is ramped up to 11. The effects are cool, but cheesy at the same time. And in that, with how over the top it is, it's more leans into the humor. And I don't think that's too bad thing. It helps Evil Dead get its flavor. The first one was very good, as more of a straight horror film, just a cheesy one. But this one does get silly. And then the silliness ramps up into Army of Darkness, and then even more so into the series. And I'm fine with that. This one, a lot of people like it more than the original Evil Dead, and I can see why. I still love Evil Dead more. I also even like the remake of Evil Dead more, but for entirely other reasons. Evil Dead 2, it's good. I'll give it 6 MacGuffins. It's just shy of my good category, but it's above average. It's not one I go back to often. But if I'm watching through the Evil Dead series, I'm not going to skip it. It's enjoyable. If you're in the mood for a gross comedy, you can't go wrong with Bruce. Which is pretty much the reason my partner picked this was Bruce King. So I think that's all I got. My voice is failing, and my juice is gone. So I'm gonna cut this one off here, and I've only got one more on my docket until I have to start watching things again. So Evil Dead 2, 6 MacGuffins. Oh, I will say the subtitle, or if it has a subtitle, half the things say the subtitle is Dead by Dawn. The other half just leave it off entirely, like it's written like nowhere here on the front except for one little tiny bit of the text here. IMDb doesn't even list it, but most of the posters do. And the movie itself just says Evil Dead 2, so I don't know if it's supposed to have a subtitle. I'm probably gonna. Do I want to put it in the title for that game? Fuck it, why not? Yo. Have a good night, Lloyd.